Chicago 1,000 times. I want to believe another UFO has been spotted, this time in New York. You blink and you miss this one. TMZ captured the video. It lasts a nanosecond. An unidentified object whizzing across a clear blue sky. You slow this thing down, looks pretty legit. A Blue Angels demonstration was going on in Long Island. The object in question moves so fast, a lot faster than the plane, by the way. This is the second alleged UFO sighting in New York in recent months.
That's a pretty good one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see that?
What?
One the same size. It was, that one was here and it came across here and flew up right next to it. It was the same size.
Looking for the wings.
That's a moth. You think that's a moth, Bug Dinosaur?
The little ones, I can see their wings. Yeah, that's a moth. Okay. I mean, that ain't... if you look at them, they're flying like a moth. This round thing is not a moth. I don't know what the fuck it is.
The other ones look round to me, too.
Oh, I can see it. I can see the fucking wings now, too. This is the same thing that was on the outside camera the other day.
I'm seeing what I want to see now.
Why do you think that? What makes you think that?
Well, because like a lot of when I would see other stuff, it would mostly be like I would see like wispy people, but kind of like going about their business or like standing on the side of the road, not really noticing me, kind of just there. Mm-hmm. But this lady, she would always like creep at like right at the edge of your vision. And she'd always be in these weird contorted angles, and she liked to mess with me in the shower really bad. Like when I would be in the shower, she would push on the shower curtain and you would see a pale hand pushing on the shower curtain.
Oh yeah, that's not nice.
Yeah. And like I have long hair. I've always had long hair. So when I got out of the shower, I would bend over, I would flip to put wrap my towel around my head, and I would see pale legs standing behind me. Yeah.
And you always knew that it would be this one entity? You could just tell?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you got this feeling whenever she was around, this like pit in your stomach, this like dread. So
did your mom say that she had that feeling at all? I mean, even though she said it was her mother, was there ever anxiety attached to this entity with your mother, or was it a different thing?
no, it was never any issue. When she saw it, when she was little, she ran up to her foster mom and said, "Hey, your friend's outside. She wants to come inside." So she never had any bad feelings.
Interesting. I wonder why it changed for you.
I don't know. But I do know that when I got a little older, I always tried to just block it out. That was kind of my coping mechanism. Just pretend like it's not there. Try not to stir it up. But I met this lady. She was into ghost hunting and tarot cards and all that. And she suggested that I do a sage cleansing.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd that work
out? I was scared to do it. But later on that day, I saw in the mirror, there was this man. He looked Native American, but not in like tribal era kind of deal. It was more like he had a white button-up shirt and wire framed glasses. But he had the biggest smile on his face, the most loving and just happy smile.
A long time ago, when our studio was inside my home, obviously we didn't have, VPNs and all that kind of stuff. We were just freely researching these aircraft, these experimental military aircraft. We spent all day getting ready for our interview with Michael. And then that particular evening, I had a really strange UFO experience of where a friend of mine was standing at the back of my house. He saw a strange light in the distance. He called me outside. I came out and we were looking at it for ages, and the damn thing flew over the house. And it was triangular shaped, making a really weird noise.
Yeah, after an entire day.
An entire day.
Of Googling classified aircraft programs.
And then all of a sudden that happened. But the strangeness of it as well, of, my friend being there to go and look outside, and then you just left the house and I'm calling you. And I'm like,
yeah, so I'm halfway home and I get this frantic phone call. Get your ass back here. I can't believe what's in the sky. You're never going to believe it. So, of course, I drive back. It's totally gone. There's nothing there. Missed everything.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the sound that this thing made, but I kid you not, it was triangular shaped. I'm sure of it. And I'm sure of the fact that it was blacker than black. It was
low frequency?
It was low frequency. The sound rumbled in my chest. And this noise that it made, it was a kind of noise.
And it was moving slow enough for you to watch it for 5 minutes.
It honestly was on. Like, I don't think that I'm anything special. I'm not saying that. But the fact that you and I both had spent all day looking up every classified possible aircraft you can imagine, this thing was making itself known as it flew over.
Did you hear a voice in your head say, "You're the chosen one"?
No, nothing like that. No, telling me to meet Bigfoot at 3 a.m. in an abandoned park somewhere.
Go out into the woods tomorrow at 3 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing like that happened. But it certainly made me go, hang on a second. There could be more going on here, obviously.
Well, it made me wonder, because we were searching all those classified aircraft programs and looking up, the code names. They were all given to us by this man, Michael Schratt, on the screen. So I wonder if it wasn't us that was being monitored. It's Michael Schratt that's being monitored, because he is actually digging up some really tangible, real information on these classified projects.
Absolutely. He is a really good researcher. He is not just, and some of this stuff, yes, he is just quoting stories that have come from other people claiming to have certain sources. But for the most part, the stuff that I see him do is that he pulls up his own research, and he does it exceptionally well. He does uncover stuff. And what it all comes back down to is it's even more unsettling than I thought. Because the big thing I've always thought about with UFOs, right, is that if they're not extraterrestrial, and maybe originally they have been, but like the big thing that comes up commonly with this is that they're reverse engineered craft. This is where we go with Roswell so often. I think Aztec, New Mexico is the other site where there's allegations that these craft were reverse engineered. And then the craft that we see and the ones that crash are usually test subjects of whatever we're reverse engineering, because we don't entirely understand it. Well, in regards to the information I'm going to give you today, we do understand it. We've understood it for a very, very long time. In fact, since 1936, with a crash that originated in Germany.
Area 51 is synonymous with tales of UFOs, government corps, and potentially testing alien technology. Located at Groom Lake in the middle of the barren desert of southern Nevada, Area 51 is a U.S. Air Force installation that has become infamous for a speculated connection with unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. Conspiracy theories surrounding the base suggest that it is used for the testing of alien technology recovered from supposed crash sites like the famous one in Roswell, New Mexico. This has been fueled by the fact that the base was a secret for many years and is still inaccessible to the general public. As a result, this innocuous-looking military installation has become an intrinsic part of the modern mythology and urban legends of the 20th century, with a large influence on media and pop culture. Area 51 is located 120 miles or 200 kilometers northwest of Las Vegas, near the small towns of Rachel and Hico. The title Area 51 seems to come from the designation the base had on Atomic Energy Commission maps, with this name sticking in the mind of the public but mostly unused by the military. Established in 1955 as part of the Nevada Test and Training Range complex, the area was also given the name Paradise Ranch in an attempt by aerospace company Lockheed, now Lockheed Martin, to draw employees to the base. Today, the base and the wider Nevada Test and Training Range complex are part of the Nevada National Security Site, with the CIA referring to it as the Groom Lake and Homey Airport, though satellite imagery of the site has been restricted. Since 2018, the base has been visible on Google Maps. The U.S. military finally acknowledged the existence of Area 51 in 2013 after a formerly classified CIA document detailing the history of the U-2 spy plane was obtained by the National Security Archive at George Washington University. The military classifies Area 51 as a military operating area. On the ground, you'll encounter stern signs and armed guards patrolling the fence perimeters guarded by buried motion sensors, cameras, guards, and so on. Plus, signs warning a deadly force is authorized. The borders are not fenced but are marked with orange poles and warning signs. Such signs tell visitors that photos aren't allowed and that trespassing on the property will result in a fine, with deadly force being authorized. Originally used as a testing site for the U-2 spy plane, the base would go on to be used for the testing of other well-known aircraft such as the Archangel 12, the SR-71 Blackbird, and the F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter. The testing of new and secretive military aircraft is likely responsible for much of the connection between Area 51 and UFOs, especially when considering that the term UFO doesn't directly refer to alien spacecraft, despite how it is often perceived in pop culture. Aside from the sightings of strange craft, Area 51 mythology was enforced in 1989 when a man named Robert Lazar claimed that he worked on extraterrestrial technology inside the base. Lazar told Las Vegas television reporter George Knapp that he had viewed autopsy photographs of aliens inside Area 51 and that the U.S. government used the facility to examine recovered alien spacecraft. Lazar himself was discredited, but his claims resulted in numerous government conspiracy theories, most of which involved extraterrestrial life. Lazar had set the ball rolling, however. No matter how fallacious the rumors of alien tech and Area 51 were, the connection was cemented into the public consciousness and pop culture. Aside from the host of documentaries made by Lazar and the Area 51 UFO connection, the base has become a popular location in more overtly fictional movies and TV shows.